What is going on, guys? Stevie with Scotching Things. I hope you're having a fantastic day. What are we going to talk about today? I think you kind of know the title. What knives am I looking forward to or want to pick up in 2024? I kind of do one of these every year, just like coming up here. I'll do a collection update video, but I think about it, and I wish, and then I didn't even. Oh, I did. Did I bring the list? I kind of brought a list because I always try and remember what I want off the top of my head, and then can't remember it when I'm doing the actual video. What do I got on me today? Strider double gunner grip in S110, and look at that break in. The Medford Micro Praetorian tie. Just this thick, chunky little knife that is so much fun. Drinking some coffee. Oh, what am I doing? Like I said, running errands, going to drop off some Christmas cards. I didn't even think of it. I've got a bunch of your guys' addresses. Not that you want one from me, but if I got any pictures, I completely forgot. When my wife, she orders them, and I didn't even think of it. Sorry, guys. If you want a Christmas card from me, let me know, because I do have a bunch of your guys' addresses. Sorry, this is some kind of housekeeping stuff before we get into the list. Woohoo! Don't want to spill the coffee. What's new? What else is new? Christmas cards. Well, this is hilarious. I'm not going to show you his address. Do you hear that? Oh, it's glitter. But it's I found this card. I'm sending it to one of my buddies because he's got a bunch of little kids, and I think they'll get a kick out of it, and I think it'll annoy him. The card was like $10. My wife flipped out. She's like, "You bought a $10 card?" And it's like you open it, and once you open it, it sings. I should have sent it to Javon. It's cats singing like meow meow meow, some Christmas song, and it doesn't stop. Even those musical cards. Usually, you open them and they sing, and then you close them, and they don't, and then they stop. This card won't stop. I think that's hilarious. And if you're annoyed and you want to try and rip the battery out, then it's stuffed with glitter inside where the battery. So we'll see. Yeah, there's that. I've got a Strider, an SNG coming today. I'll probably post the video up just in case. Javon's been looking for a real Strider, not a ProTech Strider, and I think he's figured out like the SNG might be his size. So last week during his life, I'm always like shopping, right? But a mint SNG crosshatch in the OD green with the PD1 blade, steel coated PD1. This thing with the dagger grind. So I'll unbox it. So he'll get first dibs. If Javon wants it, it's his knife, man. I didn't buy it for myself. So if he wants it, he gets first crack, and if he doesn't want it, then one of you guys can, and I'll mention that in the video if someone wants that too. I also might sell, I just did that unboxing on that frag pattern, Tanto user, SMF. Oh man, I might just let that go for what I got in it, because honestly, I have that flag Tanto for work. Plus, I've got a bunch of other SMFs, and honestly, I'm trying. There's an SMF that came up that I would really, really want, but I'm trying to be financially responsible, right? Let's sell some knives and have money in hand before I go and try and purchase this knife. So, hit me up, guys. Let me know. Sorry. If that's something you're interested in, that user. It was cheap. It was like $5.50 I've got in it. So, but that's cheap for a old school. Even though it's a user, that's still cheap for a old school frag with the aluminum scale. I'm not saying I don't like the knife, but like I said, I bought that other Tanto. I don't know, either one of them. I don't know which is more, not that rarity matters. The frag is more beat up. I've got no problem beating that flag up. But there's just other knives. You know, I've got around 20 some Striders right now, and that was just, like I said, bought on a whim. But sorry, need my list. I do this kind of list every year. What do I want? That's how blind I am. I can't even read my notes now. Like I said, just got back from our fishing trip. This is just some housekeeping stuff. Like I said, we went fishing last week. I might have said this in another video. Guys had a great time. Kind of bummed 2 of them couldn't go. One hasn't gone in years. He just doesn't enjoy fishing or the cold, even though it can be warmer when we go down there. He just doesn't enjoy it. And another one, his parents were in town, which I didn't know when we planned the trip. Otherwise, I could have maybe tried a different date. But so they always had it. I mean, it's a great time. It's kind of nice to blow off steam at the end of the year. They really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Costs some money, but you know, they've earned it. Then we got back, and then last Friday we went and finished the last stupid bin for the year, because we were short some parts and couldn't finish it before we left. So they were there when we got back. Finished that up Friday, and then another dealer has a roof job where there's a bin with roof damage. Come on, why is there never any spot? Oh, one spot on the end. It's got roof damage, and I bid this thing months ago and said if we got time to do it, it would be in December, and I bid it so high because I didn't really want to do it, because one, we were so busy, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to do. So we basically gotta build a new roof on the ground. They're bringing in a big crane, and we will go in and they will use the crane to pluck the old roof off, and then lift the new roof that we build in place. Then we have to secure it and all that. So yeah, so there's that next week, if weather permitting. Okay, so always old school Striders, right? So what am I looking for this year? We're 7 minutes in. I haven't talked about anything I said, and I know I'm gonna miss some because I was trying to write this list real quick and I couldn't think. Old school Striders, always. An old school Batwing, and when I say old school, it's like mid school, and I don't want the newer Batwing, the flamed, if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's flame tie on both sides. I don't want that. I want the kind of orange peel old school one. I talk about this. I think I've talked about this for 4 years in a row now. Stang Blade Works Pyrenees. You know, like I said, if you don't know who he is, check him out. Small maker. Cool guy. I enter every lotto he does. I go back and forth on this one. The Holt Spectre, right? I had a Holt haptic, and it's a nice knife, but it was small. So the Spectre is bigger, and the prices have come down a little bit on them. You can find them, you know, kind of that 800 to 1200, depending on spec. Like if you go crazy, cheaper for users. So I don't know. That's one that's like, I want one, but is it redundant, like in my collection? This one I'm gonna wait. I've got perfect patience waiting on this one. The Medford Genesis tie. You know, I want the trifecta. You know, I got the couple full-size Praetorians, and I got the micro tie, and I've got no problem waiting until a year, until his next Christmas show. You know, it's just kind of one of those ones that I know I can pick up there. Yeah, they're expensive, but if you get them from Medford, they're cheaper than if a dealer ends up with one. Dealers, there's like a $400 markup usually over retail. So I've got no problem waiting until Medford's next holiday show. His OTF I'm supposed to be getting in 2024. We were supposed to get it in 2023. We'll see. You know, Dwyer, some some Dwyer knives. I hope my Strider coffee mug isn't broke. And then I just turned the corner too fast and it's leaking. Custom makers. I've kind of, I don't have it on me right now. I've been carrying the crap out of it and it cuts great. These small custom makers like O'Brien Blades. I wouldn't mind another one of his knives with a more normal blade shape. And I think he uses CPM 154 a lot. That would be an epic knife. I'm really liking the Scorpio L. But these custom makers are a lot of fun. Getting to see their stuff and find these who, really there's so many of them, right? There's so many US custom knife makers that really it's kind of like, oh wow. And you find a new one, or you stumble across a new one all the time and you're like, oh, he makes some cool knives. I'll have to check that out. There was another knife that was going to be on this list, but I did get in on a drop. I'm hoping that ships before the end of the year. We'll see. My Rogovich should be coming. I haven't heard anything from him. I'm not going to push him right now, though. And I know there's more I'm missing. You're always looking at knives or seeing knives, and you're always like, oh man, I wouldn't mind one of those. But like, for me to put it on the list, it's going to be an old school Striders, right? There's so many different variations of some of these old school ones. It's kind of fun just tracking them down. The Stang, and production knives, I'm not really, I don't know. We'll have to see what pops up, It's not like I'm only buying customs now, because I'm not. But at the same time, it's like, some of these overseas I'm not interested. I found like there's so many just cool US makers and custom US knives that they just, I might buy one from time to time to check out. Like I had the I've still got those stupid Riot knives, the 229 or the Chavez Street and the XOM, which is, to me, I think that's a stupid knife. So if one of you guys wants either one of those, man, they're like $200 brand new. So yeah, that's all I got. 12 minutes of just kind of rambling. I know that list is pretty, for what I'll end up buying next year, that's a pretty short list, but that's the main ones. And I'm trying to, I say this every year, I'm going to try and be more specific in what I buy. I'm not, and I think I've been pretty good. Like I haven't bought a knife in 3 weeks now, other than I bought that Strider, but it was for Javon. If he doesn't want it, I'll sell it to someone else. So, but hit me up if you guys want anything in my collection. I might move some stuff because it's getting, before I do that collection update video, I think it'll really kind of smack me in the face when I see what I've amassed this year. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good one. I'll try and get that collection video done next week before I go out of town for work. It just kind of depends on time and whatnot. But I gotta hurry up and finish these errands. I bust home. Hinderers or DLT's dropping Hinderer Battlefield pickups today, and my buddy really wants a 3-inch, so I'm gonna try and there's only 5 available, so I'm gonna try and get one for him. He's gonna try too, and just make his chances better, because he's really been kind of jonesing for one of those. And that's all I got for you. Then I'm gonna go. Sorry, I just got a message on YouTube. I was trying to see. Yeah, then we're gonna go. Me and the wife are gonna go finish up our Christmas shopping in the big city. Yeah, that's all I got. 14 minutes of nonsense. Sorry, it was more. I don't think it was really informative. It was just whatever. Just that's how I roll. I probably forgot half the knives I want for next year, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.